Have you ever wondered why, despite living in an age of incredible medical breakthroughs, so many of us feel, well, worse? We're living longer than ever before, but that extra time is often filled with chronic illness, constant fatigue, and a low-grade anxiety that just won't quit. It's not just an older generation issue either. We're now seeing lifestyle-related diseases, things like type 2 diabetes and heart conditions, popping up in teenagers and young adults in their 20s and 30s. It's a paradox, isn't it? We have miracle drugs and advanced surgical techniques, yet we seem to be getting sicker as a population. Why is this happening? Why do we feel so run down when we should be thriving? The answer isn't simple, but it boils down to a fundamental mismatch. Our bodies are ancient, but our world is brand new. Let us dive into what's really going on behind the scenes and why modern life might be the biggest health challenge we've ever faced. The core of the problem lies in a concept called evolutionary mismatch. Think about it, the fundamental biology of Homo sapiens, our DNA, our metabolism, our stress response system. It hasn't significantly changed in about 50,000 years. We are, for all intents and purposes, still running on Stone Age software. But our environment, our lifestyle, that has changed more in the last 100 years than it did in the previous 50 millennia combined. Our bodies are simply not designed for the world we've built. We were designed to walk, hunt, gather, and rest. Instead, we live in a world of constant speed, overwhelming stress, and an artificial environment from the food we eat to the light we see. This rapid, radical shift has put our ancient bodies under a type of strain they never evolved to handle, and the cracks are starting to show in the form of modern diseases. Let's start with the most obvious culprit, our food. The modern diet is a world away from what our ancestors ate. Take a walk down any supermarket aisle. What do you see? Brightly colored boxes, crinkly bags, and convenient meals that promise to be ready in minutes. These are ultra-processed foods, and they now make up a huge portion of the Western diet. They're engineered to be irresistible, packed with refined sugar, industrial seed oils, artificial additives, and preservatives. While they might taste good, they wreak havoc on our biology. These foods disrupt our metabolism, leading to insulin resistance and weight gain. They cause chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout the body, which is a key driver of nearly every chronic disease, from heart disease to arthritis. They also decimate our gut microbiome, the trillions of friendly bacteria that are essential for digestion, immunity, and even mental health. Our calorie intake has skyrocketed, but our nutritional intake has plummeted. We're overfed but undernourished, leaving our bodies starving for the real vitamins and minerals they need to function. Next, let's talk about something we all do every night, or at least we're supposed to: sleep. But for many of us, true restorative sleep has become a luxury. Why? Look no further than the glowing screen in your hand or on your desk. Our bodies are tuned to the natural cycles of day and night. When the sun goes down, our brains are supposed to release a hormone called melatonin, which signals that it's time to sleep. But the bright blue light emitted from our phones, tablets, and computers directly interferes with this process. It tricks our brain into thinking it's still daytime, delaying melatonin release and making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. This isn't just about feeling tired the next day. Chronic sleep deprivation is a disaster for our health. It disrupts crucial hormones that regulate appetite, leading to weight gain. It weakens our immune system, making us more susceptible to getting sick. It impairs memory, focus, and emotional regulation. In the long run, a lack of quality sleep accelerates the aging process and dramatically increases our risk for chronic illness. We're literally sleeping our way into poor health. Now, let's address the silent killer of modern life: chronic stress. Our stress response system, the famous fight or flight mechanism, is a brilliant evolutionary tool. When our ancestors faced a real, physical threat like a saber-toothed tiger a surge of hormones like cortisol and adrenaline prepared them to either fight for their life or run for safety. The key thing is, this was a temporary state. The threat appeared, the response was triggered, and then it was over. But in our modern world, the saber-toothed tiger never goes away. It just changes shape. It's the back-to-back Zoom meetings, the overflowing email inbox, the 24/7 news cycle, the financial worries, the social pressures. Our stress response is switched on all the time. This constant state of high alert with chronically elevated cortisol levels is incredibly damaging. It puts immense strain on our heart, raises our blood pressure, and suppresses our immune system. It disrupts blood sugar control, contributing to diabetes. And it has a profound impact on our mental health, fueling anxiety and depression. Chronic stress is silently aging our bodies from the inside out. Compounding all of this is our increasingly sedentary lifestyle. Modern humans sit more than any other generation in history. We sit to commute. We sit at our desks for work. We sit to eat our meals. And we sit on the couch to relax in the evening. Our bodies were not designed for this. They were designed to move. Movement is essential for so many bodily functions. It's how we circulate blood and lymph fluid, delivering oxygen and nutrients to our cells and clearing out waste products. Regular movement keeps our muscles strong, our bones dense, and our metabolism active. A sedentary lifestyle, on the other hand, slows everything down. It leads to muscle atrophy, poor circulation, and a significantly higher risk of developing chronic diseases, including heart disease, diabetes, and even certain types of cancer. And here's the scary part. Even if you hit the gym for an hour a day, sitting for the other 10 to 12 hours can still undo many of the benefits. We need to integrate movement throughout our entire day, not just in isolated bursts. On top of everything else, our bodies are dealing with an unprecedented level of environmental and digital exposure. We're constantly bombarded by things our systems don't know how to process. We breathe in air pollution. We consume microplastics in our food and water. And we're exposed to a cocktail of chemicals in cleaning supplies, personal care products, and household items. Our body's detoxification systems are working overtime just to keep up. But it's not just physical overload. It's digital overload too. The constant stream of notifications, emails, and social media updates keeps our brains in a state of hyperstimulation. This digital noise fragments our attention, makes deep focus nearly impossible, and contributes to a pervasive sense of anxiety and burnout. Our minds, just like our bodies, were not designed to process this much information, this fast, all the time. So you might be thinking, but what about modern medicine? Can't it fix all of this? And the answer is, not really. Modern medicine is incredible at treating acute problems. If you break your leg or get a bacterial infection, it can save your life. But it was never designed to address the chronic, slow-burn diseases that stem from lifestyle. Medicine primarily treats symptoms. A doctor can prescribe a pill to lower your blood pressure, a pill to lower your cholesterol, and a pill to lower your blood sugar. But these pills don't address the root cause of why those numbers are high in the first place, which is often the food you're re-eating, your lack of sleep, your chronic stress, and your sedentary habits. Without changing the underlying lifestyle that created the disease, the medication often becomes a lifelong crutch, merely managing the symptoms while the root problem continues to fester. True healing and prevention don't come from a pill bottle. They come from the daily choices we make. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? It can feel overwhelming, I know. But the final message is one of empowerment, not despair. If you're feeling tired, sick, or burnt out, please know that it is not a personal failing or a sign of weakness. It is a completely logical response to the profound mismatch between your ancient biology and your modern environment. You are a human, not a machine. The solution, then, isn't about blaming ourselves. It's about developing awareness. It is about understanding this mismatch and consciously making choices that bring our lives back into better alignment with our biology. It's about prioritizing real food, protecting our sleep, managing stress, moving our bodies, and creating space away from the digital noise. And it's about shifting our focus from simply treating disease to actively preventing it and building a foundation of true, resilient health. The power to change your health trajectory is in your hands, one small, intentional choice at a time. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it.